Hello, remembered me? Definitely not. Let me introduce myself. Namaste. Myself Shreyas. Today, we are here to present a story based on true events. As you all know, we are independent since 75 years. But still, most of the Indians' mindset have still not changed regarding girls, mostly in the rural areas. Girls are always restricted for their education, and people still think that they are a burden on them and they are only for the purpose of their household work or to manage the homes, and their parents want to get rid of them by getting her married. And in context of marriage, a big problem arises, which is of dowry. Related to this situation, I want to tell you a story. Bholi. Her name was Sulekha. But since her childhood, everyone had been calling her Bholi, the Simpleton. She was the fourth daughter of Namardar Ramlal. When she was 10 months old, she had fallen off the coat on her head and perhaps it had damaged some part of her brain. That was why she remained a backward child and came to be known as Bholi, the Simpleton. At birth, the child was very fair and pretty, but when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox. Only the eyes were saved, but the entire body was permanently disfigured by deep black pock marks. Little Sulekha could not speak till she was 5, and when at last she learned to speak, she stammered. The other children often made fun of her and mimicked her. As a result, she talked very little. Ramlal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters, and the youngest of them was Bholi. It was a prosperous farmer's household, and there was plenty to eat and drink. All the children except Bholi were healthy and strong. The sons had been sent to the city to study in schools and later in colleges. Of the daughters, Radha, the eldest, had already been married. The second daughter, Mangala's marriage had also been settled, and when that was done, Ramlal would think of her third, Champa. They were good looking, healthy girls, and it was not difficult to find bridegroom for them.
Radha has already been married. But what about Bholi? Others would get a nice proposal because they are fair and pretty and also intelligent. But what about Bholi?
Yes, you are right. Who will marry our daughter Bholi? And Mangala's marriage had also been settled.
We have to be very serious about Bholi.
Yes.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste. Please take a seat. So, Miss Payal, from my point of view, you are the most experienced teacher in this village so far. So, I want to give you an opportunity to use your experience. I want to appoint you as the principal of the new girls' high school which we are inaugurating. So, what is your opinion about this?
Yes, sir. I will be honored to take this post and I will stand up to your expectation.
We are calling up a sabha for the villagers this afternoon, and I will like to invite you to that sabha. We will announce the inauguration in that sabha.
Sure, sir.
Namaste. My dear villagers, I am very glad that you all have summoned here for the great announcement to be made. So, we are very proud and happy to announce you that we are inaugurating a girls' primary school in the village. And we expect you that you all send your daughters to the village to make this project successful. This is the first school in the village, and we have our special guest, the head of the other village, Rampur.
As a revenue official, you are the representative of the government of the village. You must set example to the villagers. So I want you to send your daughter to school.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ramlal, meet our teacher, Miss Krishna.
Hello, sir. I promise that I will give my best to educate the children.
That night, when Ramlal consulted his wife,
The Tehsildar of our village has told that we should send our daughter Bholi to the newly opened school.
Are you crazy? If we will send our girls to school, what will people think of us?
But I cannot disobey the Tehsildar.
Okay, listen. Send Bholi to school. At least there is a little chance of her getting married. With her ugly face and lack of sense, let's teach her worry about her.
Come here with me. I will take you to school.
She remembered how a few days ago their old cow Lakshmi had been turned out of the house and sold.
Why are you behaving like a fool? I am taking you to school only. Bholi's mother, let her wear some decent clothes today. Otherwise, what will the teachers and the school girls say about her?
the new clothes had never been made for Bholi. The old dresses of her sisters were passed on to her. No one cared to the mend or wash her clothes. But today she was lucky as she was going to the school. She was lucky to receive the clean dress which had shrunk after many washings and no longer fitted to Champa. She was even bathed and oil was rubbed into her dry and matted hair. Only then did she begin to believe that she was being taken to a place better than her home. When they reached the school, the children were already in their classrooms.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Please take your seat. How can I help you?
Today I am here for the admission of my daughter Sulekha in the school.
Okay, let me complete the associate procedure.
Okay, ma'am.
Congratulations, sir. Your daughter has been admitted to our school.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ramlal handed over his daughter to the headmistress. Left alone, the poor girl looked about her with fear-laden eyes. There were several rooms, and in each room, girls like her squatted on mats, reading from books or writing on slates. The headmistress asked Bholi to sit down in a corner in one of the classrooms. The lady teacher who was in the class was saying something to the girls, but Bholi could understand nothing.
B for ball. C for car. D for dog. E for elephant. F for fan.
She looked at the pictures on the wall. The colors fascinated her. The horse was brown just like the horse on which the Tehsildar had come to visit their village. The goat was black like the goat of their neighbor. The parrot was green like the parrots she had seen in the mango orchard. And the cow was just like their Lakshmi. And suddenly, Bholi noticed that the teacher was standing by her side, smiling at her.
What's your name, little one? Say.
Then she began to cry, and tears flowed from her eyes in a helpless flood. She kept her head down as she sat in her corner, not daring to look at the girls, who she knew were still laughing at her. When the school bell rang, all the girls scurried out of the classroom. But Bholi dared not leave her corner. Her head still lowered, she kept on sobbing.
Now get up, child. tell me your full name.
Sweat broke out from her whole body. Would her stammering tongue again disgrace her? For the sake of his kind omen, however, she decided to make an effort. She had such a soothing voice. She would not laugh at her.
Yes, try. Bholi. Well done, well done. Now, put the fear out of your heart and you will able to speak like everyone else in the class. Okay? Really? Yes. Yes, it will be very easy, Bholi. You just come to school every day. Okay? Will you come? No, say it aloud. Yes. Didn't I tell you you will able to speak like everyone else in the class? Now, take this book.
The book was full of nice pictures, and the pictures were in color: dog, cat, goat, horse, parrot, tiger, and a cow, just like Lakshmi. And with every picture was a word in big black letters.
In 1 month, you will able to read and write like everyone else in the class. Then I will give you a bigger book than this. Then still bigger one. Okay? Understand?
Yeah.
Then when you will be like educated like everyone else in the village, then no one will able to laugh at you and everyone will listen to you respectfully. Then you will be able to speak without the slightest tremor. Understand? Now go home, Bholi, and come morning tomorrow. Okay?
Bholi felt as if suddenly all the bells in the village temple were ringing and the trees in front of the schoolhouse and blossomed into big red flowers. Her heart was throbbing with a new hope and a new life.
Thus, the years passed. The village became a small town. The little primary school became a high school. There were now a cinema under a tin shed and a cotton ginning mill. The mail train began to stop at their railway station.
One night after dinner, let's see what Ramlal said to his wife about the proposal.
What happened?
Today I got a proposal for Bholi for marriage. The name of the groom is Bishamber. Then shall I accept Bishamber's proposal?
Yes, certainly. Bholi will be so lucky to get such a well-to-do bridegroom. A big shop, house of his own, and I hear several thousand in the bank. Moreover, he is not asking for the dowry also.
That's right, but he is not so young. The same age quite as I am. And also the children of his first wife are quite grown up.
So what? 550 is not a great age for a man. And we're so lucky that he's from another village. He doesn't know her pokemarks and lack of sense. If he don't accept this proposal, she may remain unmarried all her life.
Yes, but I wonder what Bholi will say.
What that witless one say? She's like a dumb cow.
Yes, you may be right.
Bishamber was a well-to-do grocer. He came with a big party of friends and relations with him for the wedding. A brass band playing a popular tune from an Indian film headed the procession, with the bridegroom riding a decorated horse. Ramlal was overjoyed to see such a pomp and splendor. He had never dreamed that his fourth daughter would have such a grand wedding. Bholi's elder sisters, who had come for the occasion, were envious of her luck.
रसवती विलास रसवती विलास मते धरै तेल दन देशी गिलास रसवती विलास सोडा पानी नींबू के साथ क्या पिएंगे
वेलकम दामाद। अरे
You are very lucky to get a nice son-in-law. Yes, we are very glad to welcome him.
bring the bride.
The bridegroom lifted the garland of yellow marigolds. A woman slipped back the silken veil of the bride's face. Bishamber took a quick glance. The garland remained poised to his hands. The bride slowly pulled down the veil over her face.
Have you seen her? She has hopes on her face.
So what? You are not so young.
Maybe, but if I will marry her, her father must give me 5,000 rupees.
Please don't humiliate me so. Take 2,000 rupees.
No, 5,000. Or we go back. Keep your daughter.
Please be little considerate with me. Please bear with me. Otherwise, I will unable to show my face in the village.
Then out it with 5,000 rupees.
Tears streaming down his face, Ramlal went in, opened the safe, and counted out the notes. He placed the bundle at the bridegroom's feet.
Give me the garland.
Once again, the veil was slipped back from the bride's face, but this time her eyes were not downcast. She was looking up, looking straight at her prospective husband, and in her eyes were neither anger nor hate, only cold contempt. Bishamber raised the garland to place it round the bride's neck, but before he could do so, Bholi's hand struck out a little like a streak of lightning, and the garland was flung into the fire. She got up and threw away the wheel.
Pitaji, take back your money. I'm not going to marry this person.
So shameless.
So ugly and so shameless.
Bholi, are you crazy? What about our izzat in the village? You want to disgrace our family?
For your izzat, I was willing to marry this old lame man. But I will not have this such mean and greedy and contemptible husband as mine.
What a shameless girl. We all thought she was a harmless dumb cow.
She, so shameless.
Yes, auntie, you all thought I was a dumb driven cow. That's why you wanted me to hand over to this heartless creature. But now this dumb driven cow, stammering fool, is speaking. Do you want to hear?
Bishambernath, the grocer, started to go back with his party. The confused bandsman thought this was the end of the ceremony and struck up a closing song. Ramlal stood rooted to the ground, his head bowed low, with the weight of grief and shame.
But what about you, Bholi? No one will ever marry with you else again.
Don't worry, Pitaji. I will serve you at your old age, you and mother. And I will teach in the same school where I learned so much. Isn't that right, ma'am?
Yes, Bholi, of course.
And in her smiling eyes was the light of a deep satisfaction that an artist feels when contemplating the completion of her masterpiece. The story explores the themes like parental neglect, negligence towards the physically disabled, dowry, confidence, and self assertion. We should not discriminate the people like Bholi. We should treat them with equal respect and dignity. That's the end of our story. I hope you will like the story and learn something new. Thank you.